It is 5:30 and I can still see the stars. And now I'm gonna buy a ferry ticket and hopefully send this massive suitcase ahead of me. Let's see. It's done. I dropped my suitcase off. Now I'm gonna go get a drink from the vending machine and then get on the ferry, which is already here. And earlier, you can't see now because of the lights, I saw the plough, which is, it's there. I mean, you can't see it, but it is. That is the constellation I always used to look at when I was living in Wales with my parents. That's also Orion's belt. It's weird how I can see the stars best just before dawn breaks. I feel like there's some kind of like motivational metaphor in that, but it's 5 a.m. so it will have to be another day. I got my tea. Goodbye, island. I'm actually gonna get a seat on these sofas, and every single time I've ridden this ferry, I've stared longingly at them, but they've always been busy. Today is my day. You can't really see this, but considering I'm gonna be riding a helicopter and doing lots of fun stuff, I've worn my most impractical skirt for the occasion. I was looking at my phone this whole time for like the last 10 minutes, and I suddenly looked up and it's day and you can see outside the window. It is so cold. I have this like Uniqlo thing that I'm gonna put on as soon as I get in the station, if I survive that far. That is so sweet. I offered my seat to someone on the train. It didn't cost anything, but delighted someone. I don't think I ever explained actually that I'm going to Nara. Hey, I'm actually editing this in Fukuoka like a month after it happened, and I literally didn't give any more explanation other than, so I'm going to Nara. But the reason was that I was invited by a company called YAMATOBITO Tours, and they offer these like amazing basically tours around Nara. And so me and I think 4 or 5 other people were invited as sort of like a test run, which means we got to experience everything for free, and they were super kind and made sure we had an amazing time. So yeah, that's what the next 2 days are that I film. So this is the old way that they used to cook rice, and you would just have, I don't know, would they have these at home? So every home would have one?
Not every home, but like, yeah, a lot of homes like had it. Only maybe one, but it's like a free one, so it's like a really big household.
Yeah, big family.
There's a museum like where we live that has these, but they're no longer in use. This is the first time I've ever seen these.
So warm. Originally I thought this was like a kitchen shrine, because in Teshima they had these, which are often like tiny shrines for like a fire kami-sama, fire god, because you're in the kitchen. And then I asked and he said, no, this is just here because it's cute. So this is the first Michelin-starred restaurant in Nara, and it's family owned, right? Yeah, family owned. And the very kind guy who's showing us around today was saying he used to come and smoke cigarettes in the other room with the odors. So it's like still a very local restaurant. So this clear stuff is kudzu, which is Japanese arrowroot, which is native to Nara. And it's made by mixing, kind of like gelatin, like mixing a powder into water and then heating it and then molding it. Now we're just waiting for our helicopter to arrive. So Olivia, when you woke up this morning, did you think you were going to be riding a helicopter?
No, I thought I just having a boring day on my way. For students like to come here and pray for the good study results. Yes, for example.
食べてもらうという、本当に昔からの日本人の味わい方の一つ。
This temple, Abemojuin, was founded in the 7th century, and it's actually one of the oldest Buddhist temples in Japan. Although you can see it's been renovated. Yeah, and we just came here and had some matcha and a sweet, and they explained a little bit about the reasoning behind why you have, the sweet with the matcha, which is to enjoy the bitterness of the tea by the contrast of the sugar. So they gave us like a piece of wood to write our prayers on, and then we hung it up on this, I guess like a prayer railing. So mine was 日本語を上手になりますように. This flower is called cosmos, and it's only blooming at the moment, and it smells so like fresh, and I was gonna say floral, but I think that's probably obvious. So especially in Nara, you can see the mix of Shinto and Buddhism. So for example, you can see this in the name of this statue. So Nyorai is like from Buddhism, and Kojin would be from Shinto. So it's like even in the name, it's mixed. Now we have our special temple dinner, which is also going to include sake pairing. There are quite a lot of glasses here.
Pottery, you'll find it. There's like 2 places next to it.
It's beautiful.
This.
Really
So
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Now we are running for our taxi to go to a very famous bar.
But yeah, we're just on that whole board with it. Because that's a tricky one.
This is in a very random location.
はい、ありがとうございます。ちょっと下に行ってきます。
あ、私はロンドン出身です。
これよかったらどうですか？これ my signature cut.
あ、これは渡辺さんの。
Takumi is my first name.
すごい。
Takumi.
すごい。
Aviation.
はい、じゃあ
Yes, please.
お願いします。So this one here, Takumi's Aviation, is Watanabe-san's first name. So it's a gin-based cocktail.
Takumi's Aviation. Yes.
ありがとうございます。
Enjoy.
This is Imaishi, which is like plum alcohol.
I ordered from.
This tastes like nuts, by the way.
Why not?
So I just came out and I'm going back in, and there was really weird wallpaper. Yep. If anybody is wondering, this is the wallpaper downstairs. No.
Just had some cocktails.
Do you want to narrate?
And like 10 glasses of sake. It was a gorgeous evening.
Did you see the
You
bathroom?
are very smart, no.
It was very interesting. Interesting wallpaper. And thus this night ends. I'm very drunk. I don't know if I can actually say that on this, but let's just say I had a great evening and I'm gonna wake up in, it's now 11, 6 hours to meditate in the morning, which is actually great because I'm a meditation teacher. Although I don't really feel like one right now. So it's 6 a.m. and I'm late by 2 minutes. And thank you. We're going to Zazen at a temple, but I am a couple minutes late and a little bit stressed. And I had weird dreams about packing.
Like Rakuda, like the camel.
3つで大和三部。 マニアックですけど、ここは真言宗武山派のそう。
So these stairs are supposed to represent life. So at first it's easy, and then the further you go, the harder it gets to climb. So I just asked what these little papers are at the top of the roof because I've always been interested, and apparently the answer is graffiti. So people would come here and like write their wishes and just paste them on by themselves. The steps are definitely getting taller. I have no idea how far we're up though. I think there are about 399 of them. This is very beautiful. So we just had our ceremony where the monks were chanting and doing their morning prayers and rituals, and now we're going to go for breakfast. Breakfast there. So this bridge they built to squeak when people walk on it, to warn them of incoming visitors.
これは日本人はライオンを実際に見たことがないんです。ただ講演会とか人が偉い人が話してる、賢い人がこう話しているのをみんなが
You might be able to hear the chanting, which is what we listened to in the ceremony in the temple up there. So where the coloured flags are hanging, they were playing drums and chanting and praying.
Cat is looking at us and he's just like,
What are you
doing here?
He looks. So this is Horizon's house. 17 generations of people. This is an old-fashioned picnic set for Hanabi, so Sakura viewing. And you can see the 2 sake bottles that they would bring with them.
このおまんじゅうは江戸時代伊勢参りが盛んだった頃に、女おまんじゅうって書いて夫婦、女と夫、で白が上になってて、赤がおまんじゅう下になってて、上と下がこしあん、真ん中が粒あんで酒まんじゅうです。お酒の麹を使って作ったおまんじゅうです。
So this is Horizon's art. アクリリックですね。That's stunning.
That is so beautiful.
多分なんか要は
だいぶ処分したね。
だいぶ、まあ自分らはまあ処分してるけどな。もうでもこうやって女の人は結構こういう紋が入ってて、それが、梅の紋がだいたいまあオーソドックスな感じで女性はつけてたり。そうこれ間違ってる。
So that is bonito, which is like a dried fish. Dried and smoked fish. Ah. So this is ikure no chawamushi, which is like a fish roll on top of like an egg, a savory egg. Don't know how to describe it. Let me show you. It's sort of like a jelly flavor texture, but it's also really hot. You can see it steaming. So you can see him grating, or he was grating proper wasabi root. I love these colors together. So this is gan modoki, which is actually fried tofu with vegetables. But modoki in Japanese means looks like, and gan is goose. So it's called gan modoki because it looks like goose.
And yuba.
Yuba. Yuba is tofu skin.
Like you boil soy milk and literally the skin that forms on the top, they like scoop it out.
Ah, that's this like, yeah.
It's so good.
I would feel a lot of pressure if this was me.
It's called chirimen zancho.
Chiriman zancho.
Chirimen zancho.
And then we have this chichai miso soup. This is very finely grated chestnut on figs. So it's the last of the figs. So the fig season is ending. So these are the ichiban, the first. These are the most sweet. So kuri in Japanese is chestnut, and big kuri is surprise. So you can say big kuri. We've reached Oomiwa Jinja. I've never actually seen a snake, like, I mean, this is used for purification before you enter the temple, but usually it's a dragon.
翌日ですね、14日の日に、お酒のお祭りがありまして、それに合わせて毎年新しいものに取り替えをしています。
ちょっとあれかな。